What's up, everybody? Gridbot Guru here. And what I want to do today is I want to talk to you a little bit about why I like trading on Pionex and kind of my style of trading. I've got some people who've been asking me, what's a good entry point? What's a good exit point? There really isn't a good way to describe it. You will need to kind of find that gift on your own. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a strategy that I use, and it's a lazy strategy, but we'll go from where I started and how I started trading, and then we'll get to where I'm at now. So before we start, if you guys have not already subscribed to this channel, please do hit the bell. If you're not on our Discord, either Gridbot Guru Discord, link is below, or Pionex Discord, link is below. Please get on those. That way you can talk with traders all over the world. And usually there is somebody usually on to try to help you if you have questions, or if you're sitting there and you're like, hey, does this make sense? There's usually going to be somebody on one of those Discords to try to help you out. So let's go ahead and let's get started though. I started off trading years ago, probably about 10 years ago, and I was trading stocks. That was really kind of boring to me. For one, because I could only do it during the day, and two, I didn't have enough money. I was still in college, so I was, as they say, a broke college kid, and I had school and a job, so I couldn't look at a chart. So I stopped. I stopped trading stocks, and I ended up getting hooked up with crypto. With that, I ended up meeting a few people. One of the people that I ended up meeting, they were telling me, oh, you have to chart every time frame because you have to know what the coin is doing. And so I said, okay, that sounds good. So I sat down one weekend and I did. Any of the coins I had, I charted them. And what ended up happening was I realized that my charts looked really good, but I didn't know what was going on with them. The daily right now, it looks like it's going to go down. The 4 hour right now, it looks like it's going up. The 2 hour, it's in the middle. The 1 hour is in the middle. The 30 is going up, but the 15, well, that looks like it's going. I didn't know what to do. I then came across a zone to zone trading strategy. And if you are not familiar with that, that is something that I'm hoping to implement in some of my videos later on. You're going to kind of get a taste of it with this one, and you probably have gotten a little bit of a taste of it with some of the others. But my version of kind of a zone to zone is kind of like a lazy version. So what I've realized about myself is I'm a lazy trader. Just simple as that. I'm a lazy trader. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my lazy trader ways, and maybe this might benefit you, because more than likely you are like me and you have a job that you can't sit there and stare at a chart all day. Some of you guys might be working from home, which you can look at a chart without somebody looking over your shoulder, but sometimes you don't have that luxury. So I'm going to show you my lazy way. So what we're going to do here, I was going through again. I took my indicators off because I don't want people just to look at indicators and think, ooh, this is going to make me millions, because it's not. The indicators are not going to help you make millions. You are going to use those as tools to help, but it's not going to make millions for you. So I've taken my indicators off, but what I do want to do is show you where my mentality and my thinking was. So here's where we're at. I have FTM USDT, and I said to myself, whoa, that looks like it's coming into the zone. Usually what I would do is I would put a line up here and then a line at the very beginning of the wick. And those are going to be the lines and the areas that I end up trading into. However, on this one, I already knew it was past that, so I just put a little box right here. Put a little box to the around the tops of those. So let me get rid of those other two lines. All right, so I put a box here, and that's my, so this is a 2-hour time frame. That is my box. That's my, ooh, I like it. I like this trading box. And I think that this is probably going to come down, hit this box somewhere, and keep going up. My indicators also helped me understand and kind of confirmed that that was a very good possibility. Now, I've since entered the trade, and I have since added this purple line down here because I also wanted to go back and see on the 2-hour the next area, the next floor where it was, and that was right around here. So, whoops, too far. I have since got my trading box. Now, what I ended up doing was I ended up going in on FTM USDT, but I did the leverage, so the 3 times, okay? And what I ended up doing was I used the AI parameters. So I just went into the AI parameters, got my phone, went straight into it, and currently right now, let me look. It doesn't look very good for me. It really doesn't. And I'm going to show you why. So right now I am at, my break-even price is 256.23, and currently we are sitting at 209. All right, now here's what I saw. I saw this box. This is my box. This is the box that I think it's going to bounce at. Okay, and so I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Why did it do that? Let me do that again. So I saw right here. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Oh, it's because I was in a wrong time frame. All right, so this is what I saw, and I'm like, okay, I think I like it. Went down to a 30-minute. Okay, I think I like it even more. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Let's look at a 5-minute. So what you're going to end up seeing on this 5-minute is it's here, and it kind of stops here, and then it comes down. And when it comes down, it's going to hit and go back up, and it's going to go higher than this area. So that tells me that, okay, we might be breaking higher highs. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about some price action stuff. So price action, you're going to notice that it's going to just kind of be bouncing back and forth in this area. Before reversal, there's like, I don't know what the statistic is, but it's almost always, there almost always seems to be kind of like an area that it bounces back and forth in. Now I'm going to pause it because we keep going down, but we haven't broken this area yet. And see how steep that decline is? And then it comes back up. Now it's still going down, And so what we're going to see is, let me zoom in some. We're going to see that it's going to go, and at this point, this is when my 5-minute indicators said, you know what, it's probably a good time to jump in. You see how right here, Like you have a big one, a big red candle coming down, and it starts kind of back and forth right here. This is also the same area around where this floor hit. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, here we go. So I entered, right? So when I entered, before we start pressing play, when I entered, this is where I entered and I used the AI settings for the ×3 leverage. Now, some of you might be saying, okay, well, why use AI? I used AI because I had no idea where this actually was going to go. So I used my AI all the way down. It was, I think, what did I say? 4. Let's look real quick. So currently I'm at 255.58. That's my current price. And right now we are sitting at 207. Okay, so I'm down like, $1.50 or whatever. I don't know what it would necessarily be because it's like ×3. Ultimately, I'm down about 50 cents on that specific token. So, but here's the thing. I don't know where the end is. And realistically, I could go all the way down to this purple and potentially really keep going because I'm not sure. But I have a good feeling it's going to bounce somewhere in this giant area. So anywhere, let me make another one. So anywhere in this area, we'll make it green because we want it to go green. That's an ugly green. We're not going to do that green. There's a pretty green. Yeah. So anywhere in this area is where I'm thinking it's probably going to bounce. The reason I like Pionex and their bots is because this whole time it's going down, and I know people are not going to like this, but your dollar cost averaging your average price down. So anytime you are buying and selling lower, you're bringing that average price down. So I entered in this red circle right here. Now, watch what ends up happening. Boom, here we go. Game time. And so we're in the profit. We're doing great. Fantastic. I'm loving it. La da 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 da, like McDonald's. And then out of nowhere, Bitcoin decides to do its thing. And here we go. Bitcoin decides to go and take a big old dump. All right. So remember though, I'm using that the grid bot. So this whole time, even though we're going down, I'm still buying. Okay, I'm still buying, and you can see like I've bought all the way down to this purple line, and now it's starting to come up, hoping that it continues coming up. I'm gonna take this green box out of here, hoping that it continues going up. But this is, I like to call this a lazy trader. You have an area, again, there's some people who put beautiful lines. They mark it up wonderfully. I'm lazy about it, which is why I like the grid bots, because you can see that even though it's going up, it still potentially could come down. And with that, there is still potential for me to continue buying on the way down. And I'm all right with that. Make sure you you have a good idea of where a good entry point would end up being. Okay? Because if you're right, you have potential to make some money on other people's wrongs. Okay? So again, this is kind of my lazy trader version. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this marinate. I'm going to let it sit, probably let it sit overnight, and hopefully it comes out on the positives, in the greens. I am long on this one, so I do feel like it will continue to go up and it will come out into the green. Currently, right now, I am, and I know a lot of you are going to cringe when I say this, I'm about 16% down right now, though, which that is not something I'm going to start sweating. Again, I'm a lazy trader, so I let them sit and let them go. All right. All right, everybody. I'm hoping that this helps you out. If it has helped you a little bit, let me know. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Find me on Discord, Gridbot Guru, in both of those rooms or both of those channels. Let me know if you have other questions. Find me, DM me. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, whether or not you like it, whether or not you don't. If there's something else I can do to help you understand a little bit better, I would love to be there to try to help you. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, rest of your day trading, and stay green. See you next time.